Peace, 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 you powerful ass manifestors. Prophetess Asha Mayat here. Alhamdulillah. 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 I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you are finding yourselves well. If not, then why not? You are the creator of your own reality. So that means you choose what you want to align with and then you focus on that. Because we can align and focus on bullshit all the time. That's why we have these podcasts, you guys. So you can be aware of the bullshit that you're focusing on. And it's okay. I always say it's okay to be a shitty person, just stay there. So you can be aware of the bullshit and then align with something else because you deserve better. So today, welcome to Conversation with the Woes. It's Humpback, 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 Humpback. We are over here on Facebook. We are on She Sound Off YouTube. We are on Dreams to Destiny YouTube. And we are on IG. So anybody on Facebook, if you want to be part of an elite
Did your
sisterhood.
YouTube go off?
Huh?
The YouTube went off?
Mm-mm. No. I don't think so. But if it did, it don't matter. Yours is on, right? Mystique, is yours YouTube on?
No, I think mine went off. My bad. Go ahead. Keep it moving.
Oh, okay. So well, you can go ahead and hold on, cause somebody, oh yeah, you got something going on IG with your phone. So but anyway, so we'll be talking about today. Um, there you go. You got to mute. Okay. Today we'll be talking about are Black women protected, right? So this is going to be a sensitive subject. We have Mystique Moon, we have Organic, we have Dr. Smalls, okay, and Dr. Smalls is over here on our YouTube and Facebook. So if you see her beautiful face, you will hear her beautiful voice. But if you want to see her beautiful face, go over to She Sound Off YouTube or my Facebook on Ashmayai. And if you want to be part of an elite sisterhood, then hit the DMs in my IG and we'll get our recruitment and liaison will get back with you. All right. So y'all, we got a sensitive subject today. And I think that I said that it's going to be triggering. It's going to trigger a lot of feelings and a lot of emotions in people. And that's okay. Right. Because that just shows you it's an indicator of something that needs to be healed. And like I was saying before, it's okay to be a you guys. We got to recognize the shit that's within ourselves and be better. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get down to it. First, hey y'all, hey. Oh, let me mute.
Hey.
Peace and balance, y'all. What's up?
So y'all excited about this topic today? No?
I am, but it's topics like this is also
I was like, okay, I don't see you on IG.
it's also could be nerve wracking and could give you anxiety because it's going to for sure bring up some feelings that maybe you didn't know that you have and so um even for me, when it does happen, just release it, let it go, pray on it.
I love it. All right, so let's get into it. My woes, alhamdulillah. So the first question, now we have some questions that are organized, right? So the first question that we have, what does protection look like to a Black woman in today's society? So who want to go first? Not crickets. Y'all get on my goddamn nerves. Y'all get on my nerves. Like, who want to go first? Don't make me call somebody.
So this answer can go one of two ways depending on the type of woman that is out there. And there is the healed version and there's the unhealed version. For the unhealed version, protection might look like, spending a bag, fighting, all of that other stuff. But then you have the healed women, that are out there that are not toxic and definitely need the protection of our men. And it's several ways to do that without getting physical. You know, that can you can protect her by giving her a safe space emotionally. You can protect her, of course, physically. You can protect, you know, the children, the household. You know, it's just it's so many things when I hear protection. And I think of so many different, like, I don't just think of like just a romantic relationship. I think about my dad, my uncles, my brother, you know, and part of protecting a Black woman for me, um, I would say is, I guess, transparency.
You said a lot. You said a lot already.
Yeah. I guess that's the common denominator. I don't know. But being transparent and being vulnerable, you know. So.
Next.
I would say,
And let me say,
sorry.
hold on. Hold on real quick. You guys, I'm gonna you're not gonna hear me say much on this question right here because we were talking about this earlier. You know, my dad, both of my parents were in my life. My dad was in my life, right? But I still he worked all the time. And I can only go off of what I feel is protection to a woman because no man has ever protected me. And that's not me playing a victim. That's not me trying to get sympathy. Like literally, no man has ever protected me. And so this is why might get a little triggering to all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about the women and us being so masculine or hard or have to do this, but for 43 years of my life, there hasn't been a man to protect me. So what does that say? And I'm not one of them women. We're going to talk about the type of women because we don't feel like all women deserve protection from a man. And we're going to talk about that. Right. So there is some kind of issue right now because we were on our other app and these men don't want to protect anybody. They said, if I don't know you, I'm not protecting you. Okay. And that's really what I've gotten so far in my life. So my three woes are going to speak more on it because they've had more experience in relationships and some of them they've had it from their fathers. Okay. So go ahead, Mystique.
So, are Black women protected? I'm going to say no. We are not. Majority of women that I have heard countless videos, countless live, countless social media posts, countless interviews, just countless people, countless of Black women say that we're not protected, or rather, we don't feel protected. We don't feel protected. A lot of us in our household, when it comes down to being molested, a lot of us get molested. It started in our household, so that's what a lot of it stems from, or simply not having a dad or not having a dad that was really there. We're not protected when we go out in the communities. We don't feel safe. We don't feel safe to walk to the car. We don't feel safe to even hold our door open. You know, that's far less and in between. We don't feel safe in our in our work, you know, because we have to always try to compete. There's nobody to have our back in the workforce. We're just simply not safe, you know, in nobody's community. You know, we don't feel safe in the Hispanic community, in the Asian community, and even our own Black community. We don't feel safe in none of those places. And it's almost tiring and just disappointing when we hear some of the men that did say that stuff on Bigo about why protect y'all, y'all not where y'all husbands at, and you know, y'all not my responsibility to take care of you, and yet we are asked to be feminine. You know, I'm not somebody. I think it was one of y'all ladies made an amazing point yesterday when you said that, you know, men want us to be feminine, yet we have to also protect, yet we also have to provide, yet we also have to be feminine. I'm confused. Yet we're not supposed to be the head of the household, but we're given a position to be the head of the household. But you are forcing us to be that way because we have to do everything on top of that. Protect. Hold on. Because not only do we have to protect ourselves, Black women, we have to protect the community too. We have to protect our community too. So I'm gonna just no, we're not protected. Go ahead, Organic.
Um, I'm in the same place with Asha when it comes to protection, because to Mystique's point, it started in the home when I wasn't protected. So I had to cultivate these things, because for a long time I just thought certain things that went on within my community was like normal. Like, I didn't know that there was actually men out there that had a mindset to think women and children need to be protected. And that was kind of interesting today when we were talking. I had brought that point out, like you said, Asha, like they were saying that if I don't know her, I don't need to protect her. And and we kind of went into that part as well. Like, well, if you we understand you'll protect your mothers, your sisters, your cousins, your intermediate family, but when it comes to a woman on the street or out in society, they don't feel like they don't feel like they should be protected. And it was interesting because I was in the store, and we were kind of talking on it a little bit before I ended the live, and the lady was like, what are you guys talking about? Like, what are you guys talking about? And I said, we're about to have a conversation regarding protection and if women feel like they're protected. And she said, well, I've been working at 7-Eleven for a long time. I've been doing night shift for a long time. And she said, you see that boy over there in the corner? And there was a young man in the corner. He was just sitting there on his phone, chilling. She was like, that's my son. And she was like, I have him sit on me with my shifts because I don't feel protected. I don't feel like the owner cares. I don't feel like the police around this area care. There was an incident where she was there by herself, and a young man got combative with her. And she said when that happened, the person that he was with was outside pumping gas and just watched and didn't say anything, didn't try to intervene. And luckily, she was able to get him out the store. But she was saying just the thought of what could have happened if it would have turned up. And she tried to tell her boss about it, and he really didn't make it a big deal. He didn't really do anything to make her feel protected. So she has to bring her 17-year-old son to come sit with her so that she can have that sense of protection. And I was just like, it's just amazing. Some of the things that we have to go through just to live in society, because I feel like with this topic, men don't like to think about those situations. Not all men, of course, but the men in particular that we were speaking on, they didn't think about those situations. A woman at her job doing what she's supposed to do, um, trying to provide for her family, and then being attacked. Would you intervene? Would you help her, or would you just concise that as, oh, I don't know her, that's not my problem? So
I've I've heard stories
Wait,
where
wait,
men have jumped in, and they've made the news because they lost their life. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's been times out here, in New York where, they'll be on the train station platform, somebody push them over, hit that third rail, it's up. Just trying to just diffuse confrontation. So they are scared to be hurt, shot, stabbed, even die, over protecting somebody that they don't know. And I can definitely I understand that, but not every when you it's funny because when we brought up protection, they came up with all these physical scenarios of why they don't want to protect the woman. They never said why they don't want to protect the woman emotionally or mentally. They just assumed that these women that we were talking about protecting were causing them some sort of chaos in their life.
so that right there, you just made a good point, right? And it was something else that I wanted to say, and it kind of goes to the emotional part. because a lot of men, y'all are so physical all the time that y'all just assume that when we say protection, that we're talking about strictly physical protection. Now, while that is very much so, because we are women and you are our protectors, but we're talking about emotionally too. Like my dad was emotionally unavailable because he worked all the goddamn time. And then it was how he treated my mother. I never saw them affectionate. I never saw, there was no kind of protection for him. All he thought was protection of finances, having a home, stability. And that still is a form of protection. But what about when I was molested? What about when I was raped? What about when I was out there when I was 16 years old, letting niggas fuck on me? Where was you then? Where was my protection then? And see, this is what I'm talking about, because a lot of men, you focus so much on material shit, on providing, when that's not the only means of protection. You know, like that has been, and so I can't say alhamdulillah, because God is correcting me. So my dad did show me some form of protection because he did provide for me. He provided a damn good life for me. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what happens with those emotional scars? Those emotional scars, those are the hardest to overcome. Those are the most challenging to overcome, because he wasn't there emotionally and didn't protect me emotionally. So that means he didn't tell me that I was beautiful. I'm not going to lie, he did, because I was overweight, but it wasn't enough. Everybody else's voice was outweighing his. He didn't do it enough. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, but he didn't tell me about men. You know, he didn't tell me that men want certain things. You know, be careful to look out for these type of men or that type of man. Know your worth. Keep your legs closed. Your yoni is a gem. That's precious. Only a person who deserves to have that deserves to have it. These are ways of protection from our fathers, our brothers. And let's talk about that. If we had brothers, they didn't protect me either. I had two of them. They didn't protect me either. They were too busy, and I can't blame them, of course, because they do the best that they can do. But this is where, like, it started then. This was in the 80s and 90s. So this didn't just start. So I want to since you said that about losing their life, and that was a very good point, because some men are afraid to lose their life, and rightfully so. It's some crazy bitches out here. And that's just what the fuck it is. That's going to go into our next question, right? Who deserves protection, or do all women deserve it? Who wants to go first? And because I need to know because if B talk, then I need to keep my IG unmuted. So who's gonna go first? Mystique. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Who deserves protection? I think every woman deserves protection. Because a lot of women that has grown up to be this quote unquote crazy bitch didn't start off as a crazy bitch. And so when we look at it from a protection standpoint, had she been protected as a little girl, she wouldn't have grew up and been a crazy bitch. Or if she had some psychological issues, then someone would have gotten her help. And that's a form of protection. So I feel like every woman deserves protection. However, I'm less prone to, I'm more understanding of people who are less prone to protect women when they put themselves in situations that can cause problems on everybody around them. You know, if they out in the streets, or got a lot of mouth, got a lot of drama going on, got a lot of chaos going on in their lives. Nobody wants to protect that because it's too it's dangerous. It's dangerous, and so while I still feel like they deserve protection because everyone deserves it, I understand why people don't give it to them. But that puts a status quo on us as well. Women who don't or are not, what you call them, high risk the other day, Asha, who are not high risk, But that puts a stigma actually on all of us because they're like, well, y'all do this and y'all do that and y'all do this and y'all do that. When you have a woman who really is getting grabbed up out in these streets by a fucking kidnapper or some shit, and you thinking it is her man because you didn't see your sister and her boyfriend beat her ass. You know what I'm saying? But that's the mentality that is going on. So how do we combat that? Because I understand I wouldn't want my brother or my nephews to put themselves in harm's way in a dangerous situation because somebody could not control their emotions or somebody didn't want to leave an abusive relationship or somebody is out in the streets drunk and belligerent or drunk on or high on drugs and shit like that. Like I don't want my brothers to lose their life over that. You know what I'm saying? It's senseless because like they said, the woman gets into a situation and she goes back to it. You know, so I definitely want that. However, all those women that I named, they still need protection. So maybe the protection starts from getting them help. Maybe the protection starts from feeding into them. Maybe that's the only protection that we can give them in this moment is to just feed into them and say a little prayerful because like they still need protections, y'all. No matter who they are, I feel like everybody in the world. I'm love is life. I'm love is life. So everybody to me needs it. But go ahead, one of y'all, to answer the question.
I don't think some women deserve it. Straight up. That's just me. Okay, so and when I say that, I'm talking about, I understand that, like the compassion part, right? Like she's been through things, she's never been protected, but then it's this you're the creator of your own reality. So when do you want change? When do you make the conscious decision to make a change in your life so that you can receive what you've never had? Right. And so when you make the conscious choice to stay the same, to be toxic, to put these men in uncomfortable situations, to not be create like to not have, created a safe space for them, makes them not want to protect us in return. You're making the conscious choice to do that. So why do you deserve something that you're not trying to work for? Like, I'm like, justice, bitch. Like, shit, you get what the fuck you get. Okay? You putting it out there, expect it in return. I'm not, I have compassion and I do understand because I'm a woman that was unprotected. When y'all say, protection, right? My first thought is physical, because the first thing I thought about was how I got into a fight on the bus with this boy named John Cooper for talking about my mama, and I whooped his ass in that bus seat because don't talk about my mama, okay? But when I told my brother, he was like, "Oh, you fighting?" Like, bruh, I'm gonna need you to go over there and knock Cooper out, okay? Like, don't matter if I want it or not. And that was when I first felt under, because my brother for me is my, at the time was my best friend for real. And so like for him to not, that didn't move him. He wasn't angry. Like I didn't start it. I didn't initiate it. I deserved being protected in that moment, as a little girl, as a little kid, but it wasn't his fault that he wasn't taught that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the first form of unprotection that I felt, and then, some in some forms from my dad as well. But I wouldn't say that I'm undeserving of protection because I make sure I do the work so that I can attract me men that will protect me, whether it's, a platonic relationship or not, whether it becomes a brother sister relationship, I'm attracting men that will protect me with no problem. my children as well with no problem, because that's what I want to teach my sons. I have 4 sons. No, honey, do not put your life on the line for this toxic ass bitch. Okay. God says she needs to learn a valuable lesson, beloved, and that's what she's going to do. She's going to learn a valuable lesson. Maybe at the end of that lesson, the lovely Mystique Moon will be there with open arms. Okay. Because I'm not that damn nice. Okay. Yeah. She going to embrace you. Bring it on in. Because I'm
I
going to
want to
watch
say
you walk.
something to what you're saying. It's almost a catch-22 what you just said, because it's like you have to protect yourself, but when you protect yourself, you're looked at as if you don't need the protection. That's what that sounded like, because you had to fight the boy because no one stuck up for you in that moment because you were a girl. And then when you went to the one who you sought protection as, that's your brother, he like, did you win? Like, basically, you don't need me because you tough, and it's almost like, so was I supposed to get beat up just so I can get protection? Was I supposed to just be defenseless so that I can get protection? Because I noticed that too. Like, if you are a woman who has to hold her own weight and you hold that shit good and strong and hard or whatever, you holding it down, a lot of men will look at you like you don't need the help, like you don't need the protection.
Not
However,
only like you don't need the help,
what
they will
choice do
test
I
you.
have?
Yes. 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 And you know what's so crazy? Because and I'm not saying that, every situation that I went into with men, I'm talking about physically, I'm not saying that it was all of their fault, but a lot of men lack emotional maturity. So because I got a mouth on me, you know what I'm saying? So I've said some things without even putting my hands on them, but because they can't handle my mouth, and then I'm standing at 5'9", I'm standing at 2+, they're like, let me punch her. That's not a good idea, but okay. You know, if that's what you that's what you choose to do, beloved, you're gonna learn today. Because I had a brother, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that same brother that was like, you tough? That's why, okay? So any man, it just seemed like I was attracting those type of men that kept trying me. And I wasn't the 1, the 2, or the 3, and they ended up learning. You know what I'm saying? But that's because and even when I would tell, like I had homeboys that I'd be like, yo, such and such just did this to me, like da, da, da. I had one homeboy, like I ain't gonna shout him out because he probably gonna be embarrassed, but he ran down on old boy, like, yo, you did, and he made that man apologize to me, and that man, we was in the middle of the club and everything. So that's one man that just understood the assignment. Like, don't do that to her. That's a woman. Like, don't do that. But all them other dudes, like, if I said such and such is harassing me, oh, you got it? Like, you good? Like, so they know not to mess with you. Smalls gang? Like, what? Like, I don't want to fight no man. Like, but all my life, I've been trying to, well, a lot of them, I ain't gonna say all my life, but a lot of my life, men somehow are intimidated, and I feel that I have to protect myself, like really defense mode. Like, I really feel that I have to put this armor up because some men are just not safe because they don't want to protect a woman, and shit, I don't want to protect them back either because I'm just unsure of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
So, so I got a lot of notes here, right? But as far as all women being protected, I love how Mystique put that. Like, because protection can be speaking life into them. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? That's another form of protection. Because as you said, they deserve levels of protection. It's levels. Just like to everything else, it's levels. So, men, we don't want you to be stupid. We don't want you to be super saver hoe. We don't want you to be, you know what I'm saying, Superman. That's not what we asking from you. We understand that there are some women, I call them high risk women, who will get y'all in trouble with their mouths, with the way they dress. You know what I'm saying? So, but you don't have to demean them. You don't have to put them down. You don't have to call them hoes and bitches. That's not protecting them. If you really want to see them be better, then speak life into your women. Speak life into the women. And let me tell you, you don't have to know them to do that. Alhamdulillah. They don't have to be in your circle for them. That takes nothing for you to be kind and see past her hurt. Okay. See past her hurt and speak life into her. That's a form of protection. So, Mystique, thank you for bringing that out, because we didn't even think of that. So, thank you for bringing that out, because that's damn sure true, right? Now, are those the ones that you go and you fight over? You use physical protection? Hell no. Okay, they'll have y'all in all kind of situations, and we need y'all here. We are complaining because there are no men. Men don't protect us, but we don't want it to be no men. The fuck? We don't want y'all to be gone anywhere, right? So this brings me to, or again, did you want to answer that? Because I'm gonna go into it after you answer it. You can bring us into how do we protect our men? Because one thing WOA is a very balanced sisterhood. And so we do not expect for men to just protect us, because as we said before, protection is more than physical. Protection is also mental. So how we women protect our men is in the spirit. Okay. Even if you don't believe in that shit, it's real. Okay. So us operating in our divine feminine, nurturing, loving, caring, giving y'all that space, that safe space to be vulnerable. This is how we protect you. This is how we protect you. Okay. So Organic, go ahead and then we can go into how we protect our men.
Okay. When it comes to, I also believe that women should be protected, children should be protected, and men also. I only have one small point because y'all brought up some really good points. My small point is that I think that we should protect our community the way we was not protected. I feel like that is a very big solution to a lot of what is going on. And when it comes to our children, like we were just talking before we got on here, a lot of the mental health issues stem from childhood trauma. And I feel like if we took that added extra to protect the children, to protect the youth, thus the mother who's attached automatically to the children, that's where she comes in as the nurturer that needs to be protected to teach this child. I think that really brings it back full circle. And I think that's something pivotal for the community to be able to grow the way that it needs to, is that we need to protect these babies just as much as we need to protect these women. Because if we give these children better lives now, we can change a society in the future.
Organic,
So,
okay, I'm gonna let you go, but you remember real quick, and don't forget where you at. Do y'all remember seeing that video? Because this is what I thought about earlier. Do you remember seeing that video of that black little girl who she was standing like in a park? So many people walked around her. Nobody fucking protected her. Nobody saw if she was okay. But as soon as a little white baby came, everybody was like, oh my God, are you okay? Da-da-da. So not even strange children do you men protect. So let's talk about it. Let's unpack that. Let's unpack the fuck out of that.
yes, because that's what I had brought up earlier. I was like, we talking about the women, but what about the children? Do y'all still feel the same way about the children? And it was crickets. I was like, because these babies, a lot of these traumas that we're talking about, and a lot of the things that we're talking about, what these men are doing to make women not feel protected, for women that are putting men in situations for them not to be protected, stems from childhood trauma. Stems from it. So if we're not even adequately protecting the children the way that we need to, of course we're going to have a bunch of sociopaths and psychos that we fucking grooming. Because that's essentially all that we're doing. That's essentially what we're doing. And then even back to how do we protect men? It's like you pulled it right out my spirit. We spiritually protect our men. We speak life into them. The same way that we can speak life, we can speak death. I say that all the time. And not just in our children in our house, but also into our men. We have to put in those incantations and the intent over our men so that they can go out into this universe and protect us within the physical. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead.
I want to speak on, how do we protect our men? I think that making sure that they have a safe space where they can grow spiritually, physically, You know, I want my man to be in the gym. I be in that well. He gonna talk them guns, okay? I'm gonna create a home that is safe for him. This is gonna be his haven, okay? Because if your home ain't safe, if your home ain't protected, if your home ain't peaceful, then a man will have no peace. That's the only place. That's his escape from the world. Me, his family, and his home. You know, so I think that while he's going out and he's providing and he's protecting and he's working and he's, you know, doing everything that he has to do, for me, my position is to make sure that he have a safe space and a happy place to come to. You know, so that's what I think that we can do as women, and also as boy moms. Make sure we're speaking life into our boy mom, into our little boys. I don't have any sons, but I have nieces and nephews and people around me that I can speak life into as well. And I do that. I've been doing that for years with my nephew. You know, giving them advice, leading them, help lead them in the right direction when they need help, and not just family. You got little boys out here in the community and stuff that just need guidance. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to don't not the ignorant ones, but the ones that you know you feel like you can reach them. You know, so that's how you can protect them. I want to make a point real quick, and I'm gonna hand it over to B. I was thinking about what we were saying earlier, how I saw a video, and this doctor was like, I hate to say it, but Black women, um, they have the highest fatality rate in the hospitals because even when they say that they are in pain, we don't believe them. I don't know if y'all seen that fucking video, but that's another thing. Like they are killing us off because they don't fucking believe our pain. Even in the medical field, they don't think that we're, you know what I'm saying? And that came across my
Yeah,
mind.
we're not protected even in the medical field.
We don't have white woman tears because when we cry, we are deemed so aggressive and so masculine that our tears don't even have sympathy on the world. Our tears don't even have sympathy. When you see a Black woman crying out for help like that, police officer whooped that old lady's ass, like beat her up. She had like a big knot or whatever. Like she's not looked at as feminine and someone who needs protection. This is the police that did this. That girl, she was stealing out of the store. She's a, you know, whatever. She was a little thief, and that civilian. He wasn't even a security. He wasn't a police. He grabbed her and he slammed and banged it, boom, boom, and just threw her all across. And people was just looking at it. They were just watching her. I don't give a damn what the fuck you got going. First of all, that wasn't your job. Second of all, he enjoyed that. And he used the fact that she was stealing as a way to just have his way with her. Because we're not protected. People in society know that we're not protected. They know it. So they use that as a way to mistreat us in the medical field, in the workplace, where they don't give us raises and they don't give us the same wages and shit like that. We're not being as serious in the workplace or in the entrepreneur society or on the market, the Wall Street or whatever, because it's a male-dominated fucking society, and not just male-dominated. White women, they get what they get, but no one gets it as hard as us. I'm gonna pass it around. I'm gonna pass it to you. Sorry, because I went on a rant. My bad.
Yeah, I want to. I'm gonna let you speak to Organic because I want to bring it back. So I want to talk about the son and mother dynamic. They're not your man, but you teach them respect. I want to talk about that. And then I want to talk about the no fathers because I wrote this earlier because somebody mentioned it earlier. So my question is, how do men know how to protect if they never had a father to show them what protection looks like? Because a lot of our men probably never been protected themselves, even when it comes to molestation. I hear a lot of men talk about how they were raped or molested when they were young. Because these mothers, and this ties right into the mother and son dynamic, a lot of the mothers treat your little sons like they're your man. They're not. Okay, they're not. You have to teach them respect and get some masculine energy around them so they can understand what it's like for a man to be a man. Women cannot teach men how to be men. Okay, so how can a father, I'm sorry, how can a man know what protection looks like for a woman, for children, for people in their community without having a father? Now, I know some men, because it's one in the comments, two in the comments, right? We have Native and we have the Beard. And I think Native dad was in his life, you know, but the Beard, I'm not sure. But both of these men are very good examples of how they protect women. When I tell you, they have shown me, and I have to retract my statement now that I'm thinking about it. You know, when I say that I've never been properly protected, I was thinking physical, right? Because these men do fit, they pour into me, and they love me, they check on me, and they protect me emotionally. You know, and then I know if anybody ever did anything, I could call them and they catch a flight for me. You know what I'm saying? So as I've grown and as I've continued to operate my divine feminine, I have attracted men, like B said, that will definitely protect me. I do know what protect feels like now. You know what I'm saying? So how can a man, y'all, who has not have a father, no protection? Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on, because we got a comment over here on IG. Hold on, because I want to answer this real quick. Y'all keep that in mind. What if you've been so non-protected that you don't want protection from a man or nobody? What if you value to protect you and yours? And see, this is what has happened to us as fucking women. I guarantee you that's a woman. Pumpkin pie. This is what has happened to us as women. And then y'all want to say we fucking masculine, or we want to say we independent, but this is what has happened. We have been, that's why it can't be just one or two people. We have been so unprotected that we just like, fuck it, we got to do it ourselves. We got to fucking be out here in this world by ourselves and get it how we live. Right? So what if you've been so non-protected? Sis, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. That's why Spirit just had me say what I said. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes just like I misspoke. Because before I even did this live, I said I didn't know what it feels like to be protected. Sometimes we don't know what that look like. Sometimes we don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? So once I begin, like I said, to clear my shit and clear my issues with men and the opposite sex, right? I began to attract men that do protect me. You know, so sometimes we just don't see that. Yeah, sometimes there are the uncles and fathers. But go ahead, y'all.
Be dropping jewels like that, thinking we just gonna be able to go on. Like I'm over here processing that because I definitely did. You were absolutely correct because I have to retract what I said as well. It wasn't until I changed the frequency, like you said, of understanding what it is, and I think with us doing that, we've been able to cultivate and not see the trauma, and actually see men that are willing to protect us within those manners. So I'm still over here processing that. If y'all want to go ahead.
So, Asha, when you said that you were thinking physical, I thought that was funny, right? Because we've been having these conversations before on other platforms, where we felt like or we know, not just we feel, but we know we went through um things, and the men in our family didn't protect us, and then the question was asked, have y'all ever been protected by a man ever? And we were all like, no. And so there is men, with that being said, right, there is men that will protect you emotionally and mentally and all of that, but you cannot misconstrue that for anything else but that, right? Because it could easily be misconstrued because you don't know how it feels, right? So a man could have heard, your story of not being protected, and he's just, kind of just giving you masculine energy, saying, hey, you know, what up, you know, indulge in whatever the case is. And you could take that as something else. Like, look at protection from all angles, not just the physical, because it's not just us. Other people think about, when we think of protection, we think about somebody fighting automatically. You know, certain words have certain other words attached to it. You know what I mean? Certain stigmas attached to it. So when we think about protection, think about more than the physical, because we probably have been being protected by certain men, just not all of them are willing to do the physical shit. Some of them can only do emotional and mental and protection. You know what I mean? Some of them might not be available for the physical stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. But now we have to start really thinking and digging deep about the type of people that we have around us and the men that we have around us, because people are gonna, you know, love you the best way that they can. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is why, you know, you do have to attract, you know, the right people. But within doing so, I was just sitting here thinking, like, dang, like, so I was kind of taking it like flirting, but then I'm sitting here like, well, maybe that man was just really
Your phone
genuine.
breaking up. Your phone breaking up.
um
Okay, so
I
we'll come back.
yeah, because it's glitchy. All y'all are paused.
I
Can
can
I
hear
answer
her.
that
You can't
question?
hear her?
Is mine breaking up too?
Yeah, because on my end, they both fine.
Okay, I think that is it breaking up still? Am I breaking up?
I can hear everybody, but Asha is frozen on my end.
Yeah, Asha, I think yours is messing up, sis,
Okay.
on IG.
Yeah, the internet is messing up. It's coming back now. It's coming back. Hey y'all. Hey. Not a Facebook call. Tell them to wait. Tell them to
Right.
wait. Not a Facebook call. Tell them to wait. You're not done yet. You're not done. Okay. So B yeah, she was making some good points, right? And I always tell you guys how I knew yeah,
You
it's
choppy.
coming
You
back. It
real
should be
choppy
coming
on the
back now.
IG end.
How did I
Yeah, IG, you
I'm
choppy.
choppy on IG?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Over here, you're perfect, but on IG, it's
Okay,
doing the circle.
hold on. Give it a minute. Can you hear me now on IG?
It's starting to come in a little bit. You still okay? Say something now.
Okay, give it a minute. Give it a hello. Is it better?
It's getting there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
audio
getting there.
coming in. The picture just taking a little longer, but the audio's there. They can hear you.
Okay, so yeah, I turned off my Wi-Fi. So hopefully we only have like
Yeah, your audio's
about
perfect.
12. Okay. We only have about 12 more minutes. And so yeah, we probably got a lot of people on our Wi-Fi. We got children here. Okay. You know how they go. So, but anyway, what was I saying? But okay, so I don't remember what I was saying, but I want to go to because B had mentioned something about intimidation, being intimidated, right? So, do you think that some men, because they view us as masculine, or because somebody said as we don't need them? Like I'm sure a lot of men think that too. Like we have had to be, look out for ourselves so much, protect our own self that they like shit. This bitch got it. She got it. Like what I need to do? What I need to do? She got it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, y'all, we don't got it. Like we don't. We need our men, not only to protect us physically, but financially. The fuck? Okay? Emotionally. Okay? And when I say physically, that means our body too. Push us to be in shape. Push us to be healthy. Push us to eat healthy. Okay? And also protect us as far as stability wise. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about the children. So yes, the 3 F's. So stability wise, right? We got a lot of shit going on in America. Do you know how to plant shit? Do you know about trees? Do you know how to build houses? Do you know how to build shit from scratch? Can you test some water in this bitch and see if it's poison and make sure we're gonna be all right? All these are ways of protection. Protection, right? So he said that I was talking about the children at first, and I'm not sure what I was saying, but all I know is that we have to protect our children, period. Okay. So if you are a mother, okay, so I was talking about the son and mother dynamic. Get them get them in some masculine energy so that masculine energy can show them how to protect the woman. Okay. And make sure the masculine energy knows how to respect the fucking woman. Okay. Don't put them around masculine energy that ain't got no respect for women. That's like the blind leading the fucking blind. Let's break generational cycles. Let's break them. Okay. So we were talking about the children and the mother dynamic. So if you're a mother and you have a son and you want to, one, how you also show him is by the men that you keep fucking around you. Okay? That's how you also show your child, by the men that you have around you, because they're going to look at those men and see how they treat you. They're going to notice how they treat you. And they're going to say, damn, well, this man just whooped the shit out of my mama. So I guess I can whoop the shit out of women. That's protection. My mama this man used to cuss her the fuck out. Well, I guess women better let me cuss them the fuck out. I'm protecting you. And that's what happens when we get focused on money. We think that money or our physical shit is the protection. Well, he paying my bills, but he could whoop my ass. He's protecting me because he's providing me with a house and money and a car, and like we deserve protection on all aspects, in all aspects, y'all. So I've been told I act like a man, but I don't know how to be a woman because all the women I come from overpower they men. God damn. See? This the fucking problem. Sis, DM me. You can come whoa, and we will help you find your femininity, sis, because life has made you suppress it. It never goes anywhere because you are a woman, right? And so you got to allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to be a woman again. And that's another way that men have to protect us. When you see us masculine or you see us aggressive, love us. We probably never had a man to speak life into us, which is why we probably misconstrue it, B, what you were saying. Because we've never had a man like that movie on Tyler Perry. Why did Madea go to jail? And he bailed her out of jail. And she was like, what you want? What? He was like, I'm just trying to see how you doing and how you get. She was like, don't no man see how you doing and ask what you doing unless he wants something. That's how women feel. Because that's how y'all made us feel. Take some accountability. And like I said, it's not like we are unbalanced here because we protect our men. And we also stated before that there are levels to the protection. Because if you got a high risk woman who out there in the streets, who hoeing, who doing drugs, we don't expect you to go out there and be super saver nigga. But how you protect that woman, speak life into her. If you see her on the corner and she do drugs, like give her a word of encouragement. You can give her $10 and be like, look, you're so beautiful. You know, you're too beautiful to be out here. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what that would do for her. She probably never experienced that in her goddamn life. But you as a man can speak that life into her. That's part of protecting her. But y'all go ahead.
Spiritual. So to that question on IG, and this goes to the question of men, and if they've never seen a man protect a woman, how do they know how to? Align yourself with people who you can model after. Align yourself with people who you can model after because they are out there. Um, it's not just I gotta go get spiritual because I'm sure they're looking at her crying like, hurry up. But it's not just the people who low vibration. It's not just low vibrational people out here, and women. We weren't born masculine. We weren't born like that. We were born like I have 4 girls, and each and every one of them started off the same because they have a mother who nurtured them. So each and every one of them started off feminine. They started off soft. They started off, you know, that way. And so you built some your society, your environment helped build that inside of you. So just like something was taught to you and you learned that behavior, it can be unlearned. And aligning yourself with women who practice divine femininity, aligning yourself with women who, even though, because I was masculine as shit, I was masculine because I seen domestic violence and I vowed never ever to be that way, to be the victim. So me trying to protect myself from being a victim made me feel like I had to be super tough and super mean and super dominant and stuff like that. And then I saw that in the home. So in turn, I'm like, well, I'm going to be the dominant one in the relationship. I'm going to wear the pants in the relationship because I don't want to end up like that. You know, so my environment built me like that. But once I aligned with women of alignment, once I aligned with women of alignment, and we started to learn about feminine energy. We started to research and we started to do just what we do. I ain't giving you all our gems. If you a woman and you want to join the dope ass sisterhood, come on. But we did the work, okay? And now some of our women that came in so masculine with that masculine energy, we have totally changed. You know what I'm saying? And so now just we walk in that. We are that. Actually, we don't just walk in that, we are that. You know what I mean? And so I would say just start aligning yourself with people who you can model after. Start aligning yourself. And how do I do that? How do I align myself? There are so many men groups, there are churches, there are spiritual groups, there are social media platforms, social media groups, there are meetups, meet and greets, men power movements. They're out here. See, when you're not looking for them, you're not going to be able to find them. But once you start being proactive and looking for these people and attracting them, because now you're practicing, you know, attraction. Okay. So now when you're ready to put yourself in that situation, you'll start attracting the men or the people that you can learn from. But you have to put it in your mindset that no, it's not okay for me to go out into this world and not feel like I should protect the women who protect me. Because each and every woman that's on here protect men. When we have our rituals, when we have our meetings, we speak life into man. We welcome them with open arms. If they are a part of our platform, we give them space. We give them room to talk. Not even room to talk. We give them the floor. Okay. We're the women that be like, okay, let this man speak, child. Let him speak. Even when he's saying nonsense, let him speak because he was hurt. He might need to just sit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But that's who we are. So just work hard and focus on aligning with people who can help model, who you can model after. You feel when I start acting like a woman, it doesn't make you feel like I'm showing weakness.
Yeah. When she said over here, she said, you you feel when I start acting like I guess she says when I start acting like a woman, it makes her feel like I'm showing weakness. And this is huge for women. Okay. Because one, we've been taught that we're not supposed to be vulnerable. We can't be vulnerable because we got to go out and get it every fucking day. So that we can't show weakness, because if we show weakness, then we might break down, and we can't afford to break down because a lot of us have children and we have to keep going. And so that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of men be thinking like this is done on purpose, like this is what we want. No, it's what we had to do. We would much rather have our men protect us, you know what I'm saying, to be able to feel like a woman and be vulnerable with that. We want to be able to be vulnerable too, and I can speak to that. It took me a long time to be vulnerable to men, a long time. because they took advantage. No protection. So why would I be vulnerable with a man who does not protect me emotionally, physically, any of the ways that we said, spiritually? Why? Why? Why would I be vulnerable? Because that's what you keep showing me. So we need men. And that's why I say we don't blame you. What we're going to do is keep working on ourselves. And what we're going to do is not allow you or the men, because we're not talking to the men who actually protect us. We're not talking to you. We're grateful for you. But for those who continue to try to enter into our life and don't know what the fuck protection is because you don't know how to even protect yourself, but you're trying to come into my life, no. Not even on a friendship level, my brother. I will love you from a distance, my brother, and speak life into you. Because as soon as you show me that you are not receiving the divine love, because I've had a lot of men come and go, and I counsel a lot of men, and their traumas and their triggers make them act a certain way, their fucking ego. And then they miss the best thing that ever fucking happened to them. Alhamdulillah. And friendship and relationship wise. Is you shitting me? We protect what's important. Y'all hear this physical shit is a dream. Women protect where it's fucking important. Don't you know we can tap in? Hold on. We can tap in and we will get a message. Don't go to work today. Tell your man he need to stay home. And so, and you be obedient and because you submit to her and you listen because you respect her fucking gift. Oh, I'm triggered. Oh shit. Because you listen to her and you respect her gift. So you don't go to work. And then you figure out, damn, they done shot up the place today. Thank you for being tapped in. Well, thank you for allowing me to stay tapped in. I don't have to worry about bills. I don't have to worry about niggas talking to me any type of way. I don't have to worry about the world, the worries in this world. So I can really stay tapped in. Thank you. That's how we protect one another, you guys. So we're going to begin to end it. So y'all can say y'all final words.
I wanted to say something to that comment about showing weakness. Weakness is understanding. Okay, understanding what your weakness is a strength, and it's not weak to feel like you want protection or you want help. Now, that's even going to a male's perspective. It's not weak if he's seeking protection or help from his woman. That's not weakness. That's a form of strength. It's being vulnerable. Vulnerability is strength, y'all. Vulnerability is strength. And why is it strength? Because a lot of people don't have the fucking balls to be vulnerable. Now, I understand who you're vulnerable with. That's a thing, but it's vulnerability. Okay. And especially when it comes down to women, it's not even a weakness. It's the word weakness is the wrong word to use, or I wouldn't use that word. I would say vulnerable. You are being vulnerable. And as a woman and a man, it's okay to be vulnerable. You just got to use your discernment on who you're being vulnerable with. And I think that's the biggest thing, because a lot of people have been scorned and stuff like that. So.
Well, I think I said all I needed to say. Um, but I do want to say, when you think about wanting to be protected, make sure that you're reciprocating the energy, because we all need to be protected. You know, so make sure that the energy is reciprocated in some shape, form, or fashion. Don't just expect for a man to just protect you and you're not creating a safe space for him. You're not showing him that you're worthy of being protected. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Don't get it wrong, vice versa. But anyway, it's 10:10 and it's time to go night night. Y'all ain't got to go home, baby. But you're gonna get smooth on up out of Woe House, okay? Love is love. Peace, beloved. Take Pastor. Can you take us out? Deacon. Organic. Come on, baby.
Yes, Duran
Okay,
pussy.
get spiritual and sing
Okay.
us a hymn. Amen.
I could that would be. No, I appreciated this conversation because it's giving me an outlook on the parts to appreciate about the brothers that do um give us that balance of protection in other areas, which is why I was in the comments and I was putting out different types of protection. Protection has many layers to it. Just to name a few, like elderly protection, whistleblower protection. Like the whistleblowers, they need protection. Native, where you at? You in here? You need protected. You know what I mean? The whistleblowers, child online protection. You know what I mean? Intellectual freedom protection, cultural heritage protection, workplace protection, identity protection, emotional protection, financial protection, social protection, health protection, child protection, um, intellectual property protection. We're gonna get that trademark. Yes, we is in that intellectual property, physical protection, personal protection. So I think that, you know, when we speak of protection, which I definitely have learned myself tonight, is that we shouldn't always jump to the physical aspect when it comes to us talking about that. And that's something I'm really going to take away and meditate on, because it does give me a broader sense of the men in my life that offered different forms beyond the physical. So that's all I got. Bye.
All right. So we thank you so much for coming to see us. And Pumpkin, tap in with us because you got a lot of questions, sis, and we got a lot of answers. So tap in with us. DM me or anybody on this panel, and then we'll definitely, our liaison and our recruitment officer will get back with you, because we want you, we want to show you that you definitely want to, because you've been here this whole live. And there's no way you've been able to sit here this whole live had you not been ready, or that's something that your spirit wants to do. Okay. So I'll be, excuse me, ma'am. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Okay. So anybody else? Mystique, you gonna say tell us where to find you and
Y'all, she sound off on all platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and IG. Um, just y'all stay aligned. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. Love yourself before you love anything, anybody else in this world. And remember to lead with your heart, and everything else will follow. Also, I almost forgot, Women of Alignment, we are going to be doing a special gift drawing on our next episode of Conversation with the Woes. Is going to be a special gift drawing. So if you're in this live, you're hearing it. If you're going to be in the next live, you're going to hear, we're going to pick somebody particularly out, and they're going to get a special gift for coming and supporting our platform, supporting our movement, supporting Women of Alignment, because we love you all so much. And we just want to give back and just show y'all to, just get back to it. So come to the next Conversation with the Wolves next Wednesday, and maybe you will be the one. I'm talking to the people in IG. Maybe you will be the one who get the special gift. And trust me, all of our energy is going to be intertwined with that gift. So it's something you want. Trust me. Well,
we can say what the gift is, because actually we already have a winner for this month. Oh, we're not gonna say what it is? I'm gonna say the winner for this month though. Yeah, we're gonna say the winner for this month. Don't tell them what it is. Okay. See how we read each other's minds? See, they ain't even gotta say nothing. Communication. Okay. She's like, because my head ass I always be ready to tell something. My team always gotta be like, shut the fuck up, Asha. Right. Okay, let me shut up. Okay, so but we want to, I don't know if the beard is still on here, but I told you, the beard, we have something special for you. So you are our first winner in this, because you have continued to support us from day one, and you show up all the fucking time. Not only do you show up all the time, but somehow you became a Whoa brand ambassador. Okay, we didn't even ask you, and you be promoting the fuck out of Whoa. So our first raffle is going to be to the beard. So if you're not on here, then we will let you know tomorrow. But brother, we honor you, and you are already on my protection altar. Okay, so we love you, we honor you, we thank you, and we're grateful for you, for your continued support, for your continued upliftment, because you're always speaking life into us. You protect us, and we love you for it. So we appreciate you, my brother. Okay, so but anybody else, I thank you for coming by. There is great motherfucking love for you here. Y'all go forth with the power of source behind you. Continue to dare to be different, dare to dream your destiny, and stay the fuck aligned. Stay the fuck aligned, y'all. Peace. Tell them bye, spiritual. Tell them bye. She's sleepy. Tell them bye-bye. Y'all don't hang up yet. Okay. Bye, IG.